special game maybe for me, and it's also special tournament. In 1979, I was already champion in 77, and then I played another world championship, so 2 years later. But the things were much worse this time. I felt ill before the tournament. Also, I didn't want to play the tournament because actually I was invited to play I could play in Amsterdam, the main tournament, because in 78 I won the second tournament, so I qualified to play in Amsterdam with very strong grandmasters, and that was something. But they decided not to send me, the Russian Chess Federation decided not to send me to the tournament, but to send me to the World Championship, which I didn't need to play, so I was not so motivated in the sense. But also another factor which affected the whole tournament was that together with Mark Dvoretsky we decided we need to do something about my chess. My chess was not bad but very boring. So we needed some new ways to see some new ways how to develop my chess more interesting. So of course there was the radical solution was taken. We started together studied the games of Mikhail Tal. So it's anything but not boring his games. And so we looked at all of the games. I see what the crazy things. I remember still the game he played against Portish. He is amazing player. He's one of my favorite players. But of course his approach to chess is totally different. So I never able to. It's not my chess. Also, I'm never able to take such a risk and to play such a chess. But on the other hand, in a couple of games later, I was able to play more attractive chess, more aggressive chess, if it was necessary. So the result in the tournament was negative, in a way. I started to play more aggressively, and one game I remember I sacrificed 5 pawns to create some attack. My opponent gave me 3 pawns back and defended successfully and won an endgame. So that was a kind of negative result. But the games were much more interesting. So
it may be not a good idea to switch your repertoire just before an important tournament.
Yes, but for me it was not very important. I got the title already. Yes, but so I don't know. I have to do it in some competition. Yes, so that was for me. It would be important tournament to play in Amsterdam, the Grandmaster group. That would be important tournament. But this world champion was already a world championship. It was important, but not so important. So we decided to take the risk and to play maybe try to play more aggressively. It was like also influence of time, but it was not bringing the fruits which we hoped maybe. But it is also natural. Sometimes you take a risk if you look at the new ways. You take some risk and it may not work. Later I come back to my old style, but was able maybe to be a little bit more creative, and that was what our task was actually. The goal was achieved. But sometimes you need also to take some step, maybe too far, and then to come back. But
to invest.
But yes, to investigate the new fields, to get experience in different type of game. But what I remember in the 79, this tournament was a disaster for me. I played badly as a result of all these circumstances. But what I did was very important for my further development. I analyzed all games of this tournament very carefully. It took a lot of time also. Look at all details, all mistakes. I was really working on all this, and it helped me to make a huge step actually. It was I noticed that the development, at least it was in my case, it never goes like the straight line. You come to some level and then you have to work on this level, and then maybe you can get another step. But you have to make a lot of work first, and then all of a sudden probably. So for me, this trigger was this.
It's called incubation, and it's in a lot of fields the same. With karate, with music.
Yes.
I talked as a sports psychologist with other top trainers, and they told me exactly the same story.
Yes, it's very common also. Sometimes it may be different, yes, but normally if you come to some level, some high level, then you have to consolidate, to learn a lot, and to put some more effort. But for me, the result was, like in '79, I was maybe international master, and after doing this job, also of course I analyzed some openings. I was preparing for the first league of Soviet Championship, but mainly my main job was actually to analyze these games. I did a really classy job, and what happened, the tournament, first league of Soviet Championship, I played much better. I didn't play like Tal. I came back to my senses, but more interesting, more entertaining chess. And I almost qualified to the high league, but they gave me the place. I did not qualify, but there was some vacancy, and I played in a high league in '79, the championship, and that tournament was my best of all championships. I came second after the Geller, and just little ahead of Kasparov and Balashov. So the field was good, and Geller played fantastically, and also my chess came on different level, really on grandmaster level, and that I attribute a lot to this, actually to this analysis. So I show you one game I played in this Junior World Championship in skiing. I'm sorry.